Hello! And welcome to the Hexagon Tabletop Role-Playing Games. I'm Brent, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for today's adventure. We're going to be playing Progenitors Bloodlines. So grab your dice and settle in. Today we're playing with Simon. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm playing as Wilm Fair this fine evening. And a little fact about Wilm, he's begun to like to enjoy the sunrise from the tops of the trees in the forest. So every morning kind of wakes up a little bit before dawn and makes his way to the top of the trees to see the sun cresting above the horizon.
My goodness, and what a beautiful sunrise it is above the tops of the trees of the woods. Something you see every sunrise is those little spirits, those little faded, those little ghost-like appearances in the tops of the trees. As the sun hits, you see that they're all kind of in the tops of these trees, and they all start to fade away and melt back into the woods.
Interesting.
As the veil of night repeals.
That's pretty cool. And like those rising spirits, some of Tomas's people rise up the ranks, like Wilga, who was introduced last session. She has cool propulsion powers and is the top zipline rider, zipline rider of the tribe of the Decafouts. And I think during that first year, if Kalen is Tomas's right hand, then Wilga is his left. So that's a little fact.
Absolutely. I will say, I think I was writing notes or something when you guys were talking about Wilga, and it took me a second to clue in that Wilga had not been. I had not named Wilga, and Wilga had now been named. And I hope I rolled with it well at the time.
Yeah, I don't think you questioned it at all.
No, absolutely not. I was like, did I say Wilga? No,
It was great. It was great.
Very fun.
All right, it's my turn. It's my turn. Okay, so I'm Diana playing QT314 Quintini. And a fun fact about her this time is last time I was telling you she wasn't a picky eater. I'm gonna add on to that. Her favorite flavor out of all the flavor flavs is umami. And that's why she prefers them sardines on that pizza, for that umami.
Very nice.
Mommy.
Indeed.
You somehow managed to make your fact about food again.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible.
But I did.
You did it.
It's gonna be food the whole time now, each and every session.
Wait, how many have we had so far? 1, 2, 3, 4 about food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out of 11. My goodness. Well, if you want to hear more food facts, make sure you say hi in chat and type it out to Quinn or Diana. And if you're new, hit the follow button to stay in the loop. You can catch up on past episodes and more over at the Hexagon TTRPG on YouTube, TikTok threads, and Instagram. You can also join us on Discord. Let's get started. So last time on Dimensionauts, Bloodlines, Progenitors, we had a lot going on. We went from fast time to slow time. Not by choice. I forced it upon everyone. And we heard the rumor of a boatman, and we I believe the idea was to go make peace with the Fey folk of the forest, and potentially help them with this bug infestation that has taken, it took a backseat during the year of hardship that was had before. So Otto and Wilm, with Johnny, who is Wilm's right-hand man, went to go see this boat man who had come in from the sea and who was by the shore. Tomas had said that they were going to go see Velathier Synthanol, one of the weavers, and Quinn was going to go talk to the Fae. Tomas decided to join Quinn, go talk to the Fae together, potentially talk to the weavers together, and Otto and Wilm spoke to the boatman, who also didn't give his name. And you guys were just about to sit down and have a lovely meal by the fire. So I think, flames crackling in the evening, or maybe not evening, but like early afternoon. I'll give us a sneak peek because we are going to float back over to what is happening to Tomas and Quinn. But I did prepare. Give me a second. Where is it? I swear I prepared it. I prepared our gray-robed boatman. And here he is by the water's edge in this little sailboat in the background, his crate of supplies. And he says a short prayer before he eats. In lighting, truth. In flame, cleansing. In ash, salvation. Please, let us eat. And as you all enjoy your meal, we float the camera back on over towards the forest, the other side of the aisle. Strange music playing in the background, drifting through the woods. And there's, I think, various instruments are being played at the same time. And if you listen closely, not all to the same tune, but if you don't listen closely, it is a pleasant background melody all the same. The trees to Tomas are towering giant things as you have been shrunk to the size of one of the Fey folk, a little fairy, the size, pardon me, the size of your hand, perchance. So not too big at all. Quinn and May, you are at the edge of what looks like a sandy beach. To Tomas, it is a wide patch of desert, river flowing on one side. There's an aggressive and violent ocean to you. And we have the other small Fae council members who are sitting nearby. Quinn, you find yourself sitting in the crook of a tree root. It seems perfectly formed to your body in this moment, with May sitting nearby, quite magically so. And the other Fae all have their little spots. There is the fish head Fae, which is these big bulging black eyes, mouth slightly agape, looking out over what's going on. Seems a little dry. And you have the fairy clad in white and lace, sipping from her teacup still, sitting on a toadstool. And then you have the old man, wizened and crumpled, and his long beard and mustache and frazzly hair. But before you also have another thing that I've prepared. Because I came prepared today.
Ooh.
The Lord of Combat.
Oh! Wait, I think you're muted.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what he looks like. And
He's terrifying. What the heck?
You wouldn't have known when he was small. He was just a
Right.
small gray fairy,
Oh my
right?
God.
Like he had a big scar and stuff. But now you see
Okay,
him
this is
face to
serious.
face as he circles you and he looks at you, and he is terrifying. He's got these glowing, small golden eyes shaded by his face. You see that scar raggedly going across. And again, he is hulking. He's got these big ass neck muscles here. He's got big arms and abs to boot, to follow suit. He is wearing like I said before, like a leather kind of like tribal looking skirt and pants almost. Tight fitting boots over on the sand. He had more of a cape than a cloak, but somewhat of a cloak, would protect you from some elements. He's thrown that aside. And the only thing that he has at his belt is the sword. And the sword as well as special, and I also have it here. Probably.
Sweetie, we learned a very interesting fact about the sword last session.
And we
Interesting
did.
indeed.
And as I will present it back here, the sword, he brandishes his blade and he unsheaths it and holding it aloft, walking around, gathering support. You hear some cheers from some of the small fae. Oh, yeah! My blade, Rubilax. You know this blade, Quinn. And it catches the light. You can feel that familiarity, the magic.
Did someone I knew like own the sword on the ship, or was it just a sword that we had found at some point in time?
This is one of Enoch's weapons.
Oh, okay.
So it is highly magical, kept as part of his personal collection. You know that he had a bunch of kind of divine armaments. And you know the name of this weapon because it was one of his favorites. This is Excalibur.
Oh,
And you see Tomas as he brandishes the blade. It is written Excalibur, but backwards it is Rubilax. And the letters have kind of like changed, like almost like it is read that way now, almost like in a mirror.
I kind of like I do look shocked. Like, there's no way. Is that Excalibur? And I kind of like almost mutter it to myself, so I don't know if Thomas would hear it. But I just kind of say like, be careful with that one. But good luck, Thomas. But do I know what that sword, like, what was the magical, like, why was it the favorite sword out of all the swords? You know, what was special about it?
The special thing about Excalibur, and this is the true for the legends of Excalibur and why Enoch named it Excalibur after being here, is that Excalibur, the blade is supposed to be basically indestructible, but the sheath of Excalibur grants protection to the bearer. So I think like you know that this is a two-part magic item. The sheath that he's wearing gives him some sort of shielding, and the sword itself, while not especially interesting, basically can't break. So that's the idea behind it.
Okay. Well, I cross my fingers for Thomas. You got this. And I guess I look back at the table and I ask the fish, would you like me to hand you your tea? Because I see it being quite dehydrated. Okay, I get him to glug his tea.
For a little bit of tea.
And they say, I'm offering them something in return.
And as you do, I think you clue into a little something, and a little bubble floats on over to Tomas. And Tomas, you're going to get a +1 to your next roll.
What?
Fishbowl.
The mechanics of this fight are going to be as follows. We are going to take a turn for Tomas to be fighting with the Lord of Combat, Noribo. Noribo then will take his turn. Then we will go over to Quinn, who will take a turn doing a combat of words. She'll be mincing words with the other fae, taking small actions. And if they like what's going on, or if you owe them favors or whatever it is, Tomas can get bonuses, but potentially they will have their turn to also mince words and either take bonuses away from Tomas or give them to Noribo.
Gotta be extra careful with my words.
Yo, little +1 bubble. It's pretty good.
All right. And with that, I did say that you would go first, but what's combat without a little bit of initiative?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Zelkarith is here. You feel the hound within you, ready to spring if you so need him to join into the fray. And you have Noribo, who turns back towards you with the sword, flourishes it, and we will roll.
Okay.
Do I also
Actually, you know
roll
what?
initiative?
Simon, roll me initiative for Noribo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
GMs don't roll in Cypher.
Ooh, that's not so good.
10.
4.
Do I also roll?
Yes, please also roll, and Simon roll for the Fae, and that'll be. We'll have our order.
So wait, was the roll I just made for not for the fact?
I thought it was for Zelkarith.
For the Fae Council, they'll be on their own initiative.
Okay, I got 14.
14, and then Simon
8.
8. Alrighty. So it's going to be Noribo, then it's going to be Tomas, then it's going to be Quinn, and then it's going to be the council. So basically it's Fae, player, Fae, Fae. How exciting. I just want to arrange it so that we have these beautiful tree backgrounds with the sword and the dude. All right. Okay. As Noribo charges towards you, you see like there's a glimmer, a shimmer, a glamour in the air. There's a bit of magic here, but you can't quite suss out what it is, you just notice that there's magic at the very beginning of this fight as he runs towards you. Not something that he necessarily cast right now. But some things afoot here. I'm trying to find his character sheet. Perfect. So he is going to come in, and immediately as he runs forward, blade stretched out behind him, he leaps. And as he does, out of his back spring wings. These are, dragonfly wings, and then they ripple a little bit, and you can see that they firm up along the edge of the wing, almost like there's like if he angled it properly, he could maybe defend with a strike. Like it's like the skin that thickens and hardens there, and they mature very quickly, and he's able to start flying towards you. He's incredibly fast. At your I think that immediately as he powers towards you, sprinting full speed, you realize that this is a creature who is used to fighting things that are bigger than him, that are not his size. And so as he comes towards you full tilt and swings his sword, I would like you to make me a speed defense.
Okay. Absolutely. Now, just for the visual, is he bigger than me when we're both small?
He is bigger than you.
Okay. All right. Well, I too am used to fighting things bigger than me. So I got an 11.
All right. An 11 does not cut it. As he flies towards you, and that's with your +1.
With the +1, it's 12. I don't know if that changes anything.
With 12. On a 12, I will tell you that you fail by one step.
Okay.
Oh wait, is that true? No, that's not true. You fail by more than 5.
Okay. Holy shit.
And basically, as he just slices you, you take 4 points of damage, and it's like that Goku like anime thing where it's like, and he like is behind you, and then like the lines like, and he like teleports somewhere else almost. But you can see the trail of dust and sand as he's moving about, and he gloats. He looks to the crowd. He would challenge me, king of this forest, of this land, protector of these woods. Turns to you. I don't think I even need this sword. You're nothing. And he sheaths the blade and casts it aside. sticks into the earth, and you notice that shimmer of magic. And it's not that he's smaller, but that presence recedes just a little bit. Take your best shot.
And I'm next, right?
You're next.
I'm next. He stops. He does his whole showy thing. I'm looking down at the wound. And then I look at him and I go, I don't play your games. I'm going to run towards him and I'm going to leap as if to give him a huge like bear hug to try and grab him.
All right.
Yeah. As I leap out, I'm going to activate my enabler. It's an enabler, but I kind of have to activate it. It's a little bit weird. It's my emotional frenzy. And I'm just going to like sort of channel the hunting instinct of my drill hound. And so like maybe my eyes like sort of change. The little face becomes charged with sort of like a, the fight response, a hunter's kind of glare, snarling little face.
It snarls, and as you channel that drill hound, it's almost like 4 little points come out, just like surrounding the face, almost like the drill that could close over.
Yeah, and when I run and like leap at him, I'm like like emulating the mouth of the drill hound, like I'm trying to like go grab him.
Right. Awesome.
And I'm going to, so I'm going to roll to attack. And I'm going to activate effort twice.
Okay.
So I believe, that'll, I forget how much it's going to cost here because, so my emotional frenzy reduces the cost. It gives me a +1 to my might edge. So my might edge is 2. So the first one doesn't cost anything, or is it cost 1?
Costs you 1.
Cost 1, and then the next one
costs you
the regular amount.
Yes.
Okay.
Your edge is able to be applied once per action.
Yeah, it's not every effort that gets reduced. It's just the first one.
Yeah, you're adding effort as part of this one action, and this action does not require a cost, so the edge isn't applied to that, but the effort requires a cost. There's a total of 5 points of effort, and your edge is 2, so it only costs you 3.
Okay, perfect. I roll.
Yeah, otherwise you would apply your edge nonstop. It's kind of crazy.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oof. Oof, baby.
Oh, man.
GM intrusion.
Yeah, you know what I got last week though? I got an EXP.
That's true.
No. You know what?
EXP. I'll give you an EXP right now if you
to what?
To GM intrude.
Oh. Okay. DM intrude.
All right, I GM intrude. Take your XP. I'm going to make your nat 1 worse. As you fly forward and you channel the drill hound, Zelkarith, you hear that hissing noise again as he spits out some web and they hit your legs and you slam down onto the ground in front of the Lord of Combat. And you find yourself slightly stuck to the ground, or a bunch of sand basically now all stuck to your legs and stuff as you're trying to get up, and you hear him snicker. Serves you right.
I just give him a glare. I'm still like channeled with the drill hound, right? So kind of like a snarl back at his hiss, like. And that's my turn.
Right. And while you, Quinn, are watching them kind of like get into their fight over there, you're over here talking to the Fae. What are you saying to them to try to convince them to be your allies in this moment? And and basically, yeah. How are you?
We have a common enemy. You and I, actually, my people. We want to help the tree. We want to help the protector of this place, and therefore, if we put our hands together and we fight the voidlings together, we will both benefit out of that. So far, we've been living pretty good alongside you guys. I would say. I don't know if you would think the same, but so far, I think we've been good neighbors compared to the voidlings. So, what do you say about that? Are you willing to help us out?
The lady in white sips her tea.
In order to help you out, you help us out. It's a give and take, give and take. Mm-hmm.
There could be some sort of deal arranged. And she looks down to May. We've heard that it would be better to work together, but I see no proof as of yet. The insects, we've been keeping at bay for over a year now, while we've not been given aid while sharing the forest. What do you have to say about that?
That's a good point. I do think the reason why that happened is because
You say that's a good point, and it takes
damn
that's a good
it.
reason, and you've given her that good point.
Nah.
And the Lord of Combat now will receive a small bonus.
That's shit. But we did stop the storm that was poisoning everything around here, and I don't know, did it actually affect the spirits of the forest, or it didn't even affect them? The spore storm thing.
They fought on the front lines with you guys. It was mostly, I think, in the form of the treants, and like the actual physical forest kind of repelling and creating that wall. But I mean, Tomas and his people were there on the front line, and like there were fae, there were also the mini treants, there were like the animals of the woods. I think in some cases, like there were the monsters as well. Like that was a fight for survival.
Okay. But yeah, we helped figure out how to stop it.
No, we did stop it.
Yeah, we stopped it, but we also helped figure out how to get there to stop it.
You say we helped, and the old man says, yes, and we helped as well. It takes two to tango. Roll me an intellect.
It's got to be more assertive.
An 11. You can't, in this moment, suss out what will get you through this, or what will give you an edge. But there's one thing you do know, which is this turn, you had served that tea to the fish, and they didn't talk. They just kind of listened and let you say your piece. Even though the other two did. But with that, I think we'll end the parlay round. With you having, I think we'll keep that cadence of you get to talk first, and then they'll respond. And we'll go back up to the top with the Lord of Combat. The Lord of Combat is going to look down at you, Tomas, and just land in front of you. Say, what is this? You're not at harmony with your creature? Are you even able to give this up to me? Are you in control of this beast?
We have not been together for much time, but yes, it was given to me.
Zel Karith says out loud, in a sense, like you can feel like the psychic emanation hit the both of you at the same time. I was not given, I was entrusted into your care. And the difference is noteworthy. How about you and I spar, Lord of Combat, and we see if perhaps Tomas can join, if he is able to get out of some web. And the Lord of Combat just looks at the spider and, well, you were part of this from the beginning. Let us fight. And the wings on his back ripple, and they become praying mantis arms. And he goes over and begins to fight with Zelkarith. Zelkarith immediately is going to take another 4 damage instead of you, as the praying mantis arms kind of like slice in, but he's able to try and angle his body with those blades, those black sharp spines that he has all over his spider body, and kind of defend against it. The turn will pass to you. You're webbed.
Mm-hmm. What do I got to do to break out?
Break out of this web. There's 2 things that you can do. You can make a might roll, but if you fail, you're going to waste your turn.
Right.
Or you can just pay might, straight up pay me some might. You can get right back in, have your turn right now.
Okay. I've thought of a third option.
Okay.
On the ground, Tomas, he's going to use all of his freaking ab strength to kind of twist, lift his legs up into the air. And he's going to kind of be like doing like a sit-up type position with his legs sticking out. And he's going to try and separate them as much as possible within the tightening of the web. And he's going to launch the drill hound from his chest through his legs to tear the net.
Oh my god. I love it.
Fingers crossed.
I love it. The drill hound will give you help.
Okay.
But that bonus basically that was given to the combat lord, I think, will transfer into like a bit of a hindrance here.
Right.
And I won't count the aids that the hound would have given. So you need to roll me a straight up speed roll. But not too difficult because it's right in front of you. So let's say a difficulty 2.
Okay.
All right. So you just have to roll a 6 or higher on this.
I really want this to work, so I'm going to use 1 effort.
Okay. 3 or higher.
Yeah. Just in case, you know. Okay, so that goes down. Here we go. 19.
19. A minor
Major
boon. I will, as a minor boon, I'll refund you 1 speed point from your effort.
Wow. I got it back.
Very minor boon.
Okay.
The drill hound will take that piece on as you, and it shoots out from between your legs and goes down. And immediately its like face closes up and forms into that drill, and you can see it's like in attack mode, and it's facing, ears kind of like shifting towards where the sound of the clang clang of the combat lord and the spider are.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I get up, I get out of the webs, and I'm kind of I maybe like wipe the sand out of the wound, to rub some of it off from where it like stuck onto me, and I look at Zelkarith. He's still just like going at it, and I'm just gonna sort of call out and be like, "I wanted to form a bond with you, Zelkarith, but you shut me out. I didn't know there was more inside of you." I'll just end my turn with that statement, or those words.
All right. Those words reach his spider ears. We go back towards Quinn, mid-conversation.
I sip my tea.
Is that all you do? You wait?
Yeah, I am panicking because I don't know what to say in order to get. I kind of look at May and I'm like,
Ooh, this is good. Roll me. Man, what do you think would be better? A speed roll, like for skill to hide your bluff of your panic, or an intelligence roll?
I mean,
Are you using
intelligence
the
would make
muscles of your
sense.
face to keep it still, or you're using like the power of your mind?
I'm just kind of like, yeah, just a poker face, kind of. Trying my hardest at a poker face.
I will let you pick of those two. It just can't be Mike.
That's fair. Okay, let's do speed. I can do speed.
All right, perfect.
I got a 2.
Incredible. On a 2, describe to me what happens to Quinn's face as you try to keep calm, but it shows through.
I guess it's just like a squiggle for a smile, you know? When you see in cartoons, it's like it's trying its hardest to keep straight, but it's really not. Yeah. And maybe an eye twitch, like the slightest of an eye twitch.
Absolutely.
As her hand shakes, she's drinking her tea. So you hear the
do
clickety
this.
clackety clickety.
Clickety clack. and you clickety clack it, take that sip. The old man chuckled. And the fish.
Oh no, they're on to me.
The lady, yes, quite right. You seem ill at ease. And May is going to slip in and just say, the first time dealing with an perhaps hostile force would put anyone ill at ease. Right, my lady Quinn,
I
overseer?
look at her like, what? When did you learn such big words, though? You grow up so fast.
Beams up at you. Big smile.
But yes, I guess I'm just trying to get the hang of friendly communication with the Fae.
The other Fae, friendly communication is exactly what we would look for. And then the fish finally says, and we could be good friends if we could find a way to communicate.
That's exactly what I've been thinking. Sorry.
Our needs.
So what do you need?
And the old man just puts a hand for the fish. Just, I'll answer this. We require trade. Give and take cannot be one or the other, and it must be fair. It must even. We wish to be able to have things from outside the woods and the forest, but we cannot go. This is our home, our realm, and when we leave, we are more vulnerable.
So you trade. What do you need traded? Maybe there's things that my people can make. Unless I do have a connection. Have you heard or have you seen a skin tight men with goodies that might maybe look like a devil?
Lady White goes, a what? And I think you really do confuse her in that moment, and a little bubble, and Tomas is going to get a +1 for having confused the Fae within the talk. And we're going to go back up to the top of the round. A skin tight man.
It's cute.
The
I think he was at the opposite of tight, actually.
Was
I think he was skin loose.
the skin was tight on something else. So Naribo fighting Zelkrith. Zelkrith backs off in that second. And the drill hound, his head follows Zelkrith. It follows the spider. And you can see that the hound will attack Zelkrith. He's leaving it up to you. And Zelkrith just says, I didn't shut you out. You are all so different. We are not from here, this place. I was born on the other side.
Can I can my little face change in this moment?
Sure.
I think I'm like Tomas is like understanding what, or to some extent, what Zelkarith is saying, or at least he's trying to. And so I think in this moment, the closest sort of like emotional like ambiguity that he's experienced has been from like Otto. So can the little face kind of look a little more like Otto as it changes from like angry predator to just like maybe the eyes go black and it's like mouth is closed and it's just kind of like a deadpan face?
Yeah, it starts to change in that way, and I think only the eyes look like Otto in this moment, because the face starts to resemble in a way you. With those aspects of the drill hound, there's like 4 little points still showing.
Okay.
And I think that there's a bit of an understanding, right? A bit of it, that emotional frequency, the resonance, and the hound looks away from Zelkarith, sensing this in you, of sensing that understanding, the beginnings of, starting to know about something else, and turns his head back towards the Lord of Combat. The Lord of Combat, seeing this, goes, now we have a fight, and rushes forward and is going to pound the drill hound, and he will also take 4 points of damage.
No.
I have to keep some running totals. Hold on. So, hound, 4. Okay, perfect. Zell looks pretty okay, but the hound is not looking that good.
Mm-hmm.
He's like bloodied already.
All right. On my turn, I look at the Lord of Combat, determination in my eyes, and a kind of calmness suddenly. But then I run forward, kind of with like a purpose. And drill hounds between me and the Lord of Combat, I'm imagining.
Yep.
And so I'm going to kind of like do like a high step over the drill hound. But as I do, I'm going to kind of like reach to like scoop him up and pull him back inside of me. And
Okay.
I'm going to stop right in front. And I kind of have to look up at the Lord of Combat, but I'm going to stop right in front of him, put my face right up close to his. And I go, we cannot have this challenge if I do not have something to offer. I look over at Zelkarith. I go, I'd like to change my choice. If I lose, Lord of Combat, you can have me.
Thomas!
Quinn shouts that out, having heard that, and he grins, looking at you, and he reaches out a hand and summons the blade back to him. And you see that shimmer as something goes back into place. And Zelkarith says, "You idiot!" Go back to Quinn.
You can't just give yourself up. You're like the leader of a whole civilization. Oh god, what is he doing? And I look back at the people. Sorry, not polite. My bad. But my people are willing to help with any sort of trades. We could turn whatever materials you have already. We have experienced people that can turn them into useful things. Let me see. What else? We also have magic. We got some webbing. We created travel with the webs. So, what do you need?
No, don't say that.
We need for nothing. And so perhaps this allyship is not in anyone's favor.
That it's in the favor of creating community. We live next to you guys. We might as well be good neighbors to each other. So if we can help you with things and you can help us with things, why not do it?
How vague. We've lived here for hundreds of years, and you come in and you help us for one, and you think we owe, or you will give some and we will owe some, or we will trade here and there. Our society is built upon a give and take through an elegance of form and rule. And she stands up, puts her tea fully to the side, and she's going to end the Fey Council turn as she takes a step off her toadstool and instead of falling, grows in place. And that white lace that she was wearing that was small clings to her body as she grows taller and bigger. And you see that it, like the Lord of Combat almost, changes into like insect-like form a little bit, and then becomes like clothing and shimmering with multicolors. And you see that she's wearing what looks like a beautiful fabric dress, bits of green and crimson woven in, the colors of the fall and of the spring. But if you turn your head a little bit, you can see that she was sitting in winter, her winter clothing before, that lace kind of still hidden throughout, hints of it. She has antlers that reach out and up behind her. Her beautiful, just like red and auburn hair, flowing, curly, and free. And she has bright blue eyes. And then they swirls of green kind of like make their way through. What we offer is this: a place for you to call home amidst the trees. But what you will give in return is obedience to the laws of this land, which we create.
And from your point of view, we haven't been obedient. Is that it?
The fish cocks his head. The old man gives a little bit of a smile. She says, well, you are not our subjects. How could I expect you to be obedient?
Well, you don't need to be you don't need to be our ruler in order for us to respect you.
May kind of like tugs on you. Is like, I think that's what they want. They're asking for some sort of acknowledgement, a formal. And she like gasps, and we're gonna go back to the combat round. There's a bit of realization. The Lord of Combat in front of you, just winds up a punch. Did I say that he sheathed his sword? I did, right?
But he had
Yeah.
sheathed it, tossed it, and then he like summoned it back to it. But I'm imagining it's still sheathed.
Yeah, so he just puts it down his side, summons a punch. Bam! And as he punches forward, I think you have yet to hit him, right? As he hits you, you realize that even without the sword, there was a sort of fey magic, as like a fairy dust, like a moth and its wings, as that gray skin hits you. And it's like shrapnel, like a magical shrapnel. And the hit is magnified. And basically, you can roll me this time a might defense roll, because he's not trying to be fast about it and hit a weak spot. But he is going to do double damage if he hits.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Combat start. I'm going to use one effort. And I'm going to roll might defense as a 4. That's a 4.
On a 4, you stand strong, and I think you just tense yourself, getting ready for this vein bulging with effort, and the blow hits you square in the chest. And yeah, the wind gets knocked out of you. You take 8 points of damage.
Holy.
And as you lift and fly backwards, Zelkreath catches you, says,
Oh,
how could we form any sort of bond if you're the one to give yourself up?
what? Oh, I think I broke a rib. Oh.
From now on, we will fight together. I will impart
You
some
will?
power to you right now. And there's a black, some shadows. And you feel yourself not on the hard blades and back of Zelkreath, but on the floor, and it feels almost comfortable. And as you sit up and you look at yourself, you see that you are armored in black blades. And Zelkreath has basically very much like the show Spider Riders.
Okay.
You have like spider armor, almost what
Yo.
are their fucking anime Power Ranger type shit? It's basically
Wait.
you have like the black spider armor on.
Is Zelkreath the armor? Did it transform
He
into
is
this?
this armor?
Oh my god, that's sick.
So basically what he's going to do is make you, he's going to give you damage reduction in the same way that armor would do for normal in Cypher. So he gives you a 3 damage reduction. The only thing is that he will take damage over time. So any damage that makes it past the damage reduction threshold, he takes as well. So you both take it.
Okay.
Zelkreath, thank you. But this is quite the foe that we are facing. You know
Yes.
that, right?
But you have yet to make use of the hound. And you feel that drill drilling inside you. And where your face is, the drills poke out a little bit more. I think
All right then.
If I am a shield, if I am your armor, he is your weapon.
Together then. Let's finish this enemy off. And I get low to the ground as I prepare to make my attack.
Your drill is the drill that shall pierce the heavens.
This is extra anime.
This is the anime episode.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I gotta say that punch hurt like hell. Holy. It was like quick little rub the chest. Okay. Little things crack into place. We have to make this decisive. And I kind of peer down. I focus. Zelkarith focuses. The drill hound focuses. And I'm going to rush forward as I have been the last few rounds. Rushing for, I don't know if the suit kind of gives me like a little extra boost or something, but I leap towards the Lord of Combat and I strike out, but it's too short. I'm too far from the Lord of Combat. But as my fist extends, can I, this is the first time I'm going to ever try this, have the drill hound attack through my fist? To like
100%.
do like an extended drill punch at the Lord of Combat.
Yeah, the drill pokes out, closes over the little face, and you have an Oni horn.
Yo, like a unicorn with that.
Protecting the little face. And as you punch out with your fist, his drill face appears at the end. In this moment, I will reveal about the drill hound as you fuse. He gets strong temporarily when he eats stuff. It lifts his tier, basically, so it lets him do stronger attacks. So in this moment, I think as you're fused with him, one of the things that you're finding out is like you get a read on that ability. So you get a read on potentially when you hit stuff with your fist now, you could Kirby it and just kind of eat it. Making your attack.
That's brutal.
It is brutal. As you go in, you go to hit the Lord of Combat. Did you make your roll?
I have not. This is a little... Okay, well, here we go. I always ask this, and I'm so sorry that I always ask this. I should commit this to memory. If my might goes to 0 and I still have speed, like I'm still okay, right? Or
Yeah,
do I like... I'm what?
You're impaired.
Impaired, right. Okay, well, this is it. This is the all or nothing attack. I only have 1 might left, so I'm going to use the 1 might to activate my effort. And so it's at -2, so it only costs 1. And I'm gonna come on, please.
Yeah, I think you were saying like, oh, do I go faster because of Zelkarith? I think he like this is the anime episode, like Attack on Titan. He has like, it's like you 2 threads shoot out from your hips, so it's like your 3D grapple towards him.
Well, don't make it too cool because I just rolled a 2.
You roll a 2, and you do
Got
this
that for your
crazy.
experience.
I do, but this is like, I don't know. I'm gonna just roll with it. This is the first time I'm trying this out. It makes sense in my mind.
Do you want to re-roll it, or do you want to?
I'm not going to re-roll it. I'm not going to.
No re-roll. All right. And as you zoom towards him, it's like those 2 praying mantis arms like hit the floor, and he lifts himself out of the way like Doc Ock. And you zoom under him, skid in the sand. But he just turns slowly down towards you again. He goes, this seems like a good battle. And he starts to almost like blow up a little bit. The muscles ripple. That sheen from the sword, it glows even a little bit now, and you can tell that he's been holding back this entire time. And as he looks so intense about what's about to happen, Quinn, what is your answer to this Lady of the Wood?
That while we live in this area with them, we will treat Well, at least my people. I cannot talk for all of the people because I need to discuss with my colleagues too. But for my people, we will respect you as if you were a leader. And May is gonna be my representative.
And May goes, "Oh no, you almost had it." And you feel the magic settle over you, as you said, as if she was your leader and not a fellow leader, or right. So you've given her basically some sort of authority over you.
Well, a leader. I'm a leader too. Shit.
The wording is very important, but this pleases her greatly. And you see a beautiful, wonderful smile sweep across her face as she lightens up, and she looks over towards Naribo and says, "Oberia, call off your mirror. It is settled." And from the woods, an exact replica of what you're fighting emerges. But this one is the same size as, it's a medium-sized creature, the size that you were, Tomas. Large, with a big version, the gleaming sword, Rubilax at his side. Except this time it does say Excalibur on it. And basically he looks down, he says, "Good show." And with that, the what you had seen was basically like the mirror reflection of these powers was a little bit noticeable, like that little flashing, and when it was separating from the sword, it was like raising and lowering the power level, but it was also interfering with the kind of like mirror spell that had been cast. And so as that mirror image breaks down, you feel yourself growing large again, and you rise up to full. But the world around all of you just turns a little bit, and you're back in the glade, where you had all met for tea, in the circle, still with your butt kind of sticking a little bit out of it, crushed toadstools underneath your foot, hampering that magic on you. And Oberonia and Lady Tiandra of the Wood, he takes her hand lightly as she steps out of the circle, and they both curtsy to you, and she says, "With respect, we shall move forward." And you look around, and the other two Fae have gone. But you still hear that lilting music through the woods.
What a battle. Lost to a reflection.
It's okay, I lost 2 words.
Zelkarith, in your head, just, we didn't lose.
If you say so. Maybe a bit of my pride. But there's a lot to learn, huh? Quinn.
Yes, Thomas. I don't think I'm good at this. I whisper kind of like to him to this. I don't think I'm good at this whole conversation with other people. Not gonna lie.
Yes, there's so much magic here. I'm not used to it.
Me neither. And I think I just like agreed to forever be under her spell now. So.
Well, then we did the same thing.
Yep.
Oberon and Lady. What did you just say?
Oberonia and Tiandra.
Tiandra. All right. I look down at the wound. Is it still there?
The wound is very much still there.
Okay. Right.
It was a very real fight.
Okay, I was just wondering if the wound also like shrunk, so it like ended up just being like a paper cut.
Oh, it was like a little, like a toothpick. No, it's the regular. It's the same.
Okay.
Okay, so does that mean you'll help us with the voidlings?
They're already like fading off into the wood. Like
Okay,
you see them like
goodbye.
through trees at this point. Like
Our job
here,
done is here is done.
I'll click on the. Oh, well, this was her.
Oh,
She's so
oh my god, she's so,
pretty.
so dude, what happened to him?
What happened to him?
Crusty.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah, I think as she dances away, like she loses a lot of like that. It was like regal with the antlers, and they fade away into more of like that what you see here of like the branch crown and like more just like carefree. He's like clothed, like not like a barbarian anymore, but like with like more like courtly clothing that kind of like covers him with like a high collar. And they're dancing away into the woods, you know, other fae and tambourine and slow sounds as the what do they do? Right here. They like kind of like they're like almost like the trees are sliding in front. Yeah, there's a little. I think the baker comes back out with more food. Oh.
I kind of wave at him like I'm willing. Yeah, I'm willing to have some more.
Yeah, he just puts it up on his head and comes over and just gives you guys whatever he's got.
Like I'll grab him with my hand and like eating it with my hand.
Absolutely, yeah. You give them to the.
I just like randomly bark out from time to time. Sorry, I think someone just fell upstairs. I don't need to laugh, but that was
Yeah, it was aggressive.
oh my gosh.
My God, yeah. I mean, you give a little bit of the food to your drill hound, and then you feel this odd sensation coming from your butt, and you look, and there's a little tail that and it's
like, no, he's using me to shit. I gave him the runs. No, okay, that's so much better. Yeah, waggy tail.
You got a tail. Oh
my gosh.
I like
and with that, with the end of this Fae encounter, I think it's a good time for a bio break. And you won't have to use you to shed. You can do it yourself. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for playing. That was Simon's the Fiery Wilm Fair, but no fire today. We had Dana's Quinn T and Peter's Tomas, and we'll be back in just a few.